Hi there, I'm Paul from Ask the Expert. Question we have today was actually a comment from one of our previous videos, so it's really pertinent to me. Is I have a variable speed angle grinder. Well done. Is it best to use different speeds for different jobs? Well, actually, yes, it is, and that's the reason we have variable speed angle grinders, such as the machine we have here, because they are required for different jobs. First of all, the way you can tell if your angle grinder is variable on the speed is you'll have a little dial such as this somewhere on the machine. It could be on the top of the machine or the body of the machine, but generally it's normally bound by the power cord here. So you'll see a small wheel you can rotate back and forth with numbers on it. Normally go from 1 to 6, 6 being full speed, so on this machine 11,000, 12,000 RPM, all the way down to number 1, which is generally around about 4,000 RPM. So this machine is a variable machine. So why and what speeds should I use with products? So first of all, I think it's prudent to go through the machines that we always use at max speed. Okay, so these are items such as cutting discs. The reason we use a cutting disc for cutting metal at max speed is because we want to do that as quick as possible. If we turn the machine down on the speed, it will cut slower, and therefore will create heat in the cut and then create burn. You would also what we call glaze the wheel as well, which actually stops it cutting because you're not putting enough speed and force and pressure into the abrasive to keep it working. Same applies for grinding discs. You know, these discs are for removing weld seams, etc. So they need to be pushed. You need to push them at fast maximum speeds to get again the pressure on these to break down and remove the weld as quick as you can. And again for flat discs, also for removing material and welds and beveling, max speed every time for products such as this. So, you know, our cutting and grinding discs and our coated abrasives that we use on an angle grinder always have the speed set at number 6, the max speed. So where we actually want to lower the speed is when we come to use products like these we have in front of us here, which are non-woven abrasives. So these products it can be used at the maximum speed and they will do a good job, but it's always better with non-woven products like this to be bringing the speed down to around about half, so around about number 3 to number 4, so around about 6,000 to 7,000 RPM. Of course they will work a little bit slower, but what you will avoid is burning and melting this product, because non-woven products are made from nylon essentially, which does melt at some point. So if you can reduce the risk of these melting and what we call smearing or depositing the nylon on the surface of your component, reducing the speed stops that happening. So for conventional abrasives, maximum speed every time. Non-wovens, I really recommend that we should be around about 6,000 to 7,000 RPM on your grinder. The only other time there is any exception to that is when we have a product such as this, our Norton Rapid Polish. Now, one thing you must do when you mount a product on a grinder is check the peripheral speed or the maximum peripheral speed of your abrasive disc. You always do that with any component you use, but particularly on soft abrasives like this or soft products like this. You see on here, the max RPM is around about 7,200 RPM. So I cannot use this safely at the maximum speed. So I must adjust the speed on this machine down to be able to safely use that product. So it's a top tip. Always look on the blotter of your abrasive disc to check that the maximum operating speed is correct for the machine and the speed you're using. Hope that helps. Great question. Bye-bye.